Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's time for another chapters review of the Elusive Samurai. This is going to be on chapters 63, 64, 65, 66, and 67, which is crazy that I'm already there. Didn't think I was going to actually get there, and it probably doesn't feel like I'm doing a lot for you guys because you're watching these videos probably every 4 days, 3 days, 5 days. You'll probably see a video, but for me, I'm actually recording these almost every 2 days, every day. So it does feel like it's been a very fast journey getting to chapter 93, which by the time this releases, there'll probably be more chapters already. So anyways, before anything, guys, if you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel, give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. You guys can check out more of the Elusive Samurai here in my channel as well, and you guys can find other stuff as well, other chapter reviews, other volume reviews, anime reviews, and reactions, and all the kinds of stuff that you guys can find here. So okay, let's talk about these chapters. Last we left off, Tokiyoki, our main character, is gone into fighting, and he's doing this log technique in which we get basically almost a whole chapter explaining the history of the logs. And essentially it was a ritual that the people within the temple would do, and it's a festival, and even nowadays I think they still do it, and people use it as a time marker. So they'll say 2 festivals ago, which I think in the thing it said 12 years or 14 years ago. So like every 6 years, every 7 years, this log festival happens. So the people from that shrine, at least at that time, were the only ones that used to do it, and that's why these warriors were able to do it with the log on fire, and they were able to take out big part of the Shogun's army that way. Well, they start fighting, and essentially everyone but Fusaba places themselves as defenders to not let anyone get close to Tokiyoki and Fusaba, who are going to be fighting Shogun, and they basically go in a fight against him. And now Shokan, remember, is this guy that has huge armor, moves slow, but he is definitely a enemy to be feared because his defense is like real high. So Tokiyoki obviously starts fighting him, and we later find out that he does that to kind of distract him in the fact of how much he's grown. And Shokan kind of laughs it off, like, you can't hurt me, I have this armor. And then Tokiyoki starts fighting looking the other way, and Shokan is like, are you really that stupid? So he attacks, goes for the attacks, and Tokiyoki is able to avoid the attacks. And he's like, how is he doing it? Realizes that his friend Futsuba, he's the one directing him, like, hey, go this way, go that way. And so he says, you know, what a fool, like, I figured out your whole plan. So what ends up happening is the actual plan is Futsuba is going to attack Tokiyoki, basically hoping that Tokiyoki will evade the attack so that his blow falls on the Shokan. Now I think that was the initial plan. That failed, or I think they planned for it to fail, and Tokiyoki stabs him in the throat. So they cut off his head, and they basically paraded around the soldiers so that they know that the fight's over. The Shogun's dead, their leader's dead, go back home and, you know, do whatever you need to do. And that's basically what happens in the first 2 chapters, 2-3 chapters. Then the people recuperate, they praise Tokiyoki again. All these guys didn't have any faith in him. So they praise him, and then they go back and meet up with Yorishige. Now, in this part, we don't really see a lot of fighting, some more tactics, and essentially Sadamune and these other warriors that we've seen throughout the chapters are attacking Yorishige, and there's really 2 main armies One with the good archer, who has the good eyesight, and the other one, I think it's Sun and Moon, the one that has the good hearing. Well, the good archer tries to throw an arrow straight at Yorishige, and we finally see how strong Yorishige is, and he is, I mean, he's very strong. He's no wonder why he's called the god of war. So he defends himself very, very well, and he's able to fight for sure, and that boosts up morale. His son himself, we don't really see much of him, and they even explain in history there's not really much dated of what he did. He's actually sent to go and fight and kill the spies that have been feeding information to the enemy. Now, we find out that Yorishige was purposely feeding false information so that the spies would feed false information to the other guys. So there's that fight going on. Yorishige is about to fight these two armies that are going to attack him, and it looks like one of the big leaders is coming out. I forgot what his name was. He's coming out in this whole big. It looks like a car, but it's not a car. It's like a motor, or I forgot what the actual name is, but it's a defensive fortress that moves in wheels. And I don't know why they're going to fight that way, but they're going to fight that way. And that's the end of chapter 67. I love it. There's a lot of things going on left and right. The fight is finally started. I'm surprised there's up to 93 chapters at this point, because what the heck else happens? Like, after this battle, they're going to continue fighting and fighting and fighting. So I'm really curious to what's going to happen. I have a gut feeling that Yorishige might be killed in this battle, and Tokiyoki is going to be left to have to basically recuperate from that, which possibly is the direction it's going. It sucks, but I think that's what's going to happen, because they are showcasing him as untouchable right now, and that only tells me that they're building our confidence in him surviving just so that we're disappointed. So we'll see. For now, great chapters. I highly recommend this series. It is on Shonen Jump, not sponsored by them, so you can find it anywhere else if you guys can, or if you want to. But yeah, I am reading it through Shonen Jump, and I do pay for the subscription, so go check it out there if you can. Thank you for the love and support. If you haven't done so by now, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys later. Like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.